They turned heads, shattered taboos, and defined what it meant to be a bombshell. In the golden age of Hollywood, curves weren't just admired, they were legendary. From Marilyn Monroe to Jayne Mansfield, these screen sirens made history with more than just their talent. Today, we're counting down the 20 old Hollywood actresses who had the biggest, and most unforgettable, busts. And trust us, the glamour was very real. Jayne Mansfield was one of the most iconic sex symbols of the 1950s, known for her striking hourglass figure, reportedly measuring 40-21-35. Her curvaceous body and platinum blonde hair earned her instant comparisons to Marilyn Monroe, and studios often promoted her as a direct rival. Beyond her looks, Mansfield was highly intelligent, fluent in 5 languages, and had a reported IQ of 163. Still, it was her bold fashion, revealing outfits, and frequent publicity stunts that kept her in the spotlight. She starred in films like The Girl Can't Help It and Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter, often playing the sultry blonde bombshell. Mansfield's legendary figure and fearless screen presence made her a lasting icon of Hollywood's golden era of glamour. Marilyn Monroe remains the ultimate symbol of Hollywood glamour and sensuality. With her iconic blonde curls, radiant smile, and voluptuous figure, reportedly 36-24-36, she captivated audiences worldwide. Rising to fame in the 1950s, Monroe starred in classics like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Some Like It Hot, and The 7-Year Itch. Her breathy voice and flirtatious charm made her unforgettable, while her physical beauty, especially her full bust and hourglass shape, became a standard of the era. Despite being typecast as a dumb blonde, Marilyn was intelligent, ambitious, and deeply complex. Her tragic death in 1962 only added to her legend. Today, she remains a cultural icon, remembered as one of the most stunning and busty stars in Hollywood history. Mamie Van Doren was one of the quintessential bombshells of 1950s Hollywood, often grouped with Marilyn Monroe and Jayne Mansfield as part of the famous 3Ms. Known for her provocative roles, platinum blonde hair, and incredibly voluptuous figure, reportedly measuring around 38-23-36, Mamie embodied the era's obsession with curves and sensuality. She starred in a series of teen and exploitation films like Untamed Youth and High School Confidential, where her daring wardrobe and bold screen presence made headlines. Van Doren was unafraid to embrace her sexuality, both on and off screen, making her a standout in a time of rigid studio-controlled images. Her impact on pop culture and her unapologetic confidence have kept her legacy alive for decades. Sophia Loren is one of the most celebrated actresses to emerge from classic cinema, known not only for her immense talent but also for her breathtaking beauty and voluptuous figure. Born in Italy, she rose to international fame in the 1950s and 1960s with roles in films like Two Women, Houseboat, and Yesterday, Today and Tomorrow. Her natural curves, especially her full bust and hourglass shape, made her a standout among Hollywood's most glamorous stars. Often seen in elegant, figure-hugging gowns that highlighted her physique, Loren exuded sensuality with class and confidence. Her measurements were reported to be around 38-24-38, a reflection of the idealized feminine form of the era. Beyond her looks, Sophia won an Academy Award and remains a timeless icon of grace and allure. Jane Russell was one of the original Hollywood bombshells, famed for her statuesque figure and commanding screen presence. She gained instant fame from her debut in The Outlaw, 1943, a film marketed almost entirely around her voluptuous bust, which reportedly measured around 38D. The movie's posters caused controversy for their bold focus on her cleavage, but it cemented Russell as a sex symbol of the 1940s and 50s. Despite the attention on her figure, Jane was also a talented actress and singer, starring in hits like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes alongside Marilyn Monroe. Known for her sultry looks and witty charm, Russell pushed boundaries of on-screen sexuality while maintaining a strong, grounded persona off-screen. She remains one of the most iconic and busty stars of classic Hollywood cinema. Lana Turner was one of the most glamorous and alluring actresses of Hollywood's golden age, best known for her beauty, dramatic roles, and famously curvaceous figure. She earned the nickname, the Sweater Girl, after appearing in a tight-fitting top that emphasized her bust, launching her into pin-up stardom. Her hourglass figure, reportedly around 37-24-36, made her a favorite on magazine covers and movie posters throughout the 1940s and 50s. Turner starred in numerous hit films like The Postman Always Rings Twice and Peyton Place, showcasing both her acting talent and undeniable screen appeal. Despite personal scandals and media attention, she remained a top box office draw for decades. Lana Turner wasn't just a sex symbol, she was a true Hollywood star whose busty image became iconic in film history. Elizabeth Taylor was not only one of the most talented actresses of her generation but also one of the most breathtakingly beautiful. Known for her violet eyes and flawless features, she also had a naturally curvy, voluptuous figure that added to her powerful on-screen presence. In her youth, Taylor's busty physique, reportedly around 36D, was showcased in sensual roles like Maggie in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof and the iconic Cleopatra. Her style combined elegance with allure, often wearing fitted gowns that emphasized her hourglass shape. Beyond her looks, she was a two-time Academy Award winner and a humanitarian later in life. Still, her sultry image and magnetic presence made her a sex symbol of old Hollywood, where her curves were as legendary as her talent. Raquel Welch became an unforgettable icon of beauty and sensuality during the 1960s and 1970s, blending old Hollywood glamour with a fresh, modern appeal. Although she rose to fame slightly after the classic Golden Age, her impact on Hollywood's image of the bombshell was undeniable. Welch's breakout role came in the 1966 film 1 Million Years BC, where she famously wore a fur bikini that highlighted her toned, curvaceous figure and full bust. This image became one of the most iconic in film history, cementing her status as a sex symbol worldwide. Beyond her striking looks, often reported as 38-24-36, Raquel was also a talented actress with a versatile career in film, television, and stage. Her confidence and glamorous style helped redefine femininity for a new era, bridging classic Hollywood allure with modern star power. Hedi Lamar was one of old Hollywood's most fascinating figures, known not only for her stunning beauty and glamorous presence but also for her remarkable intelligence. Born in Austria, Lamar brought a European elegance to Hollywood's golden era, starring in films like Algiers and Samson and Delilah. Her full bust and hourglass figure made her a classic screen siren, often dressed in luxurious gowns that highlighted her curves. However, what truly set Hedi apart was her mind. She co-invented a frequency-hopping technology during World War II that laid the groundwork for modern wireless communication like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Despite being typecast as the exotic seductress, Lamar's legacy extends far beyond her looks. She remains a symbol of beauty and brains, proving that classic glamour and groundbreaking innovation can live in the same remarkable woman. Rita Hworth was the ultimate 1940s screen siren, whose beauty and sensuality captivated audiences during Hollywood's golden age. Born Margarita Cancino, she transformed her look to fit Hollywood's ideal, dyed red hair, reshaped hairline, and a glamorous image that made her unforgettable. Her curvaceous figure, especially her full bust and slim waist, helped define the era's pin-up culture. Hworth's most iconic moment came with her sultry performance in Gilda, 1946, where a simple glove striptease stunned audiences and solidified her status as a sex symbol. She famously posed for a pin-up in Life magazine during World War II, a photo that became one of the most requested by American soldiers overseas. Her reported measurements, around 37-24-36, embodied classic Hollywood curves. Beyond her looks, Rita was a gifted actress and dancer whose allure, charm, and smoldering presence remain legendary in cinema history. Veronica Lake became a defining symbol of 1940s Hollywood, best known for her trademark, peekaboo, hairstyle and mysterious, seductive screen presence. Her long, flowing blonde hair that partially covered one eye became a cultural phenomenon and inspired women across the country. But beyond her iconic look, Lake also possessed a petite yet curvaceous figure that added to her sultry appeal. Standing just under 5 feet tall, she had a surprisingly full bust and a delicate hourglass shape that made her a favorite among wartime pin-up artists and soldiers during World War II. Lake starred in classic noir films like This Gun for Hire, The Blue Dahlia, and I Married a Witch, where her cool, aloof demeanor and alluring beauty captivated audiences. Though her career declined in the 1950s, her influence on fashion, film, and the femme fatale image remains timeless in Hollywood history. Ava Gardner was often hailed as one of the most naturally beautiful women to ever grace the silver screen. With her striking green eyes, full lips, and flawless complexion, she exuded a sensuality that felt effortless. But it wasn't just her face that made her unforgettable. Ava had a perfectly balanced, natural figure that was often described as ideal. Her full bust, narrow waist, and graceful curves made her a favorite among directors, photographers, and fans alike. Gardner's allure was enhanced by her magnetic on-screen presence in films like The Killers, Show Boat, and Magambo. Her reported measurements, around 36-23-37, contributed to her timeless bombshell image. Despite her fame, Ava was known for her independence and fiery spirit, both in Hollywood and in her high-profile romances. Her legacy endures not just as a beauty, but as a woman of passion, mystery, and undeniable star power. Anita Ekberg was the embodiment of voluptuous beauty in 1950s and 1960s cinema. A statuesque Swedish actress and former Miss Sweden, she gained international fame for her unforgettable role in Federico Fellini's La Dolce Vita, 1960, where she famously waded through Rome's Trevi Fountain in a clinging black gown. Ekberg's curvaceous figure, reportedly around 40-23-36, was one of the most celebrated in both European and Hollywood films. Her full bust and striking hourglass shape made her an ideal, blonde bombshell, and a frequent feature in magazines, posters, and pin-ups. While often cast for her looks, she also had strong comedic timing and a bold, magnetic screen presence. Ekberg became a symbol of post-war sensuality, embracing her femininity with confidence and glamour. Though she resisted being typecast as just a sex symbol, her legacy as one of cinema's most voluptuous and iconic figures remains firmly intact.